What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of IVE's fourth EP/mini album, IVE Secret. IVE, of course, the blockbuster K-pop group from Starship Entertainment, is back with their first release since their last EP back in February, IVE Empathy. And IVE is a group that I've always been pretty lukewarm on overall. I've definitely understood the appeal that others find in them, but they've never completely grabbed me. They certainly never grabbed me for a full-on album level, like there's been a song here and there, a moment here and there that I've appreciated, but for a full EP, I've never been fully grasped. I think the IVE project I've liked the most to this point would have been IVE Switch from last year. Really appreciate a song like Ice Queen. Otherwise, yeah, I've been kind of mixed on them. That being said, IVE's fourth EP, IVE Secret, is by far my favorite project from the group. I think this is the most interesting from a production style this group has ever had. Just the beats, the actual presence of texture and layer on these beats is pretty interesting. And IVE vocally is also pretty varied, especially for their standards on this project. And there's just a lot of highlights here. I think almost every song is quite successful. And there's a lot of attitude and aggression that we haven't really heard before from IVE that I also really appreciate on songs like XOXZ and Heartbeats, which I think are my two highlights. This is definitely the lane I would like IVE to continue down because I'm really connecting with their sound for the first time with this. XOXZ, you have this heavy kick drum that's really present right away. I think the first verse is pretty light. Then you have these ocean wave cresting sounds that come in. Then you get the chorus, and the chorus is just hard. And again, this is not a sound that IVE really does. I think the best comparison you could have to something like this would be Baddie from a few projects ago, which is a chorus that is attempting to be kind of like this, but I think is a bit too annoying, a bit too grating overall. I think the XOXZ chorus just works a lot better. I like this energy. I think that aggression mixed with still the more traditional IVE singing, it just works really well for me. And there's also some great harmony moments on this song. The last chorus is a bit a cappella. I like the track. I think it's pretty cool. Wild Bird, you have this more breathy singing at the start. These anthemic drums, which is definitely more textbook IVE. And the strings, though, give you a bit of a different energy. And the chorus is just very tight songwriting. Dear My Feelings, you have these steady drums, a bit more of a twinkly chorus than what you've got to this point. I think vocally that was just fine. Probably the least interesting song here, although there's this brief strings outro, which completely goes against where the next song takes you, which is Gotcha Baddies Eros, which, again, more of that badass energy that they're trying to give you here. The drums are a lot harder on this track. I think the hook has this understated delivery to it. That's a nice contrast. And yeah, it's a fun song because I think verse 2 also starts out a bit more traditional before it gets back to where that chorus takes you. So pretty cool again. And then I think my favorite song of the bunch would be Heartbeats. This big switch up from the previous track again. These bass drum hits, though, I think really work. Very bouncy track. In the chorus, you have this xylophone-esque sound. It's definitely electronic, but that's the vibe I was getting. Definitely a fun flair. Verse 2, a little bit of a rap thrown in there. I think the bridge vocals really great. And the last song, you have Midnight Kiss, which is, I think, more traditional IVE, certainly a traditional chorus, but the songwriting's still pretty tight. So, for a short, K-pop EP, as we always talk about, they are never around long enough to really make a huge impact, but this was pretty succinct. This was pretty cohesive for a sound. I definitely like the harder lean they're giving per their previous standard, so I'm into this. Hope IVE continues to dabble in this path moving forward. Let me know, though, what you think of IVE's fourth EP, IVE Secret. What you like most about it? And for more music reviews or K-pop reviews, subscribe. I'll see you next time.